Hey guys, MoneyMan300 back for another video here, and continue on with our leaderboard cars for Class C, and we got the Honda S2000 is the other one I selected. And this is for the, I picked this one for the shorter version of Alps and Prague, kind of your shorter momentum car, and it's not gonna be quite as good as the, it's not full on leaderboard. Ooh, little grip up there. You'll notice the thing has super grip and turn-in abilities. That's interesting. I don't even know how I dirtied it right there. Ooh, tires are not warm yet. So this is our first lap. Just getting those tires loosened up here. Come down here. Ooh, carry it way wide. Dirtied up all over the place. That's okay. Get a lot of good tire scrubbing here. Get them nice and warm early on. But yeah, so this isn't going to be quite as good as the Subaru, because the Subaru still does really well on this track too. But it gives you another alternative to play out there, whether it's multiplayer, you just want to put a lap with a different car. It's pretty stable, but it gets a little squirrely. Like, I'm all over the place on this first lap. We're gonna need probably a couple laps here. I'm just gonna do this thing live, but wow, gonna have to bear down and concentrate a little bit. There's a listen. I think it really turns in is one thing you'll notice, so try not to oversteer out of it. It holds the line just pretty well. Should be hitting 125 around the finish line here. This would be a pretty good spot. Wow, he was able to zip down in there. That guy's in 101st. I picked it because it's another S2000. In that area on the leaderboard. Obviously, I got to work on that first turn with this car, so ooh, a little tire scrub there. Let off just a touch there to keep us in the ball game. God, yeah, it floats a little. Oh, don't dirty it. A couple seconds behind him though. It does not feel like my tires are particularly warm yet. Late on my turn there. I'll just get a clean lap here, just to kind of get it started. One thing the car does, it floats just a little bit. You start to hook up. You need to just drive smooth with it. Like right there. It might be a little more roll bar tuning needs to be done still. Okay, that was a pretty bad lap. 126.1 I think is the time I'm going for. And I'm in like the 129s. Better turn coming out of there. Tires starting to feel a little better now. A lot less tire scrub in that part. Way late on my turn in, so I had to let off. See better there. It's a better lap. Man, he took a good line through there and I did not. He get a lot of speed just on that right there. Woo! Even there it floated. I'm going to just tighten those roll bars just a little bit. Loosen those roll bars a little bit more in the rear. drifting up the track. Had to get on it a little late that time. Well, I don't know what my time was that time. I didn't even look going across. Wasn't top 100, I could tell you that. And this car's going to be a little harder to run in those ranges. It'll do that. It'll be a lot more perfect than you do with the other one. Oh, I'm going to dirty it right there. Wow. That thing just lost it over that. I need to turn harder here. Oh, I need to go back further than that, though. Just want to catch it here. You learn a lot by getting your rewinds and doing that. Ooh, it was still close, but... still not very good off of that turn yet. See what my best is. We'll run one or two more here. Just as I get used. I really haven't lapped this much. Matter of fact, this is the first time I brought it over into Rivals. Straight from the test drive, so... decent run out off of there. Obviously not a particularly good time. I didn't see what my... try a little lower line into this. Still come out about the same. What? Oh, I don't know about that. I'm calling BS on that dirty. It's already dirty anyway. I might as well take a wide swing there. I got on the brakes just a little late that time. I can't get... it's interesting, he can get that turn in right there that I can't quite get, that I really want. It's a speed thing. Alright, let's get at this lap here. Hopefully we won't have that early dirty. Okay, we don't want to come into that lap like that. Back it up just a little. I'll lose all my speed coming into the last lap. You always want to get a good run off on your last turn. If you don't, rewind it. Give yourself a chance at next lap. Again, it's a great learning exercise. Better. So give us at least a chance coming out here. There we go. Alright, no dirty lap coming out of there this time. A touch of let off right there, nothing too big. Ah, I lost the back end right there. Try to get a decent run out of there. We're still a couple seconds behind him. I think I can make easily a second up of that on tuning though. The rear roll bars need to be loosened just a little bit. Oh my god. I just touched. See, I got in over there. I was trying to cut down in there like that. See what this time would have been had I finished it properly. Still not very good. We're still 2.5 seconds behind, probably. We're still in the high 127s. All right, let's go here. Getting better at that first turn. Staying ahead of him so far. He got just a better line through there than I did. This is where he's just a lot faster than I am. I was a little better through there, but he's going to create space right here. Just because he had a... I'm sure he was on the throttle earlier. I got to run that deeper. Way deeper into that. So I'm braking too early on that turn. I mean, I had a pretty good... I mean, you guys saw I was on him early, just so bad in the back half of that. One more here. A little different line into there, but similar result. I just pushed it deeper into that turn. Which is okay. Sit into the slot here. He's going to get me on that skid out there, big time. Like I said, that's very fixable. God, ran that pretty wide. I got to take this deeper into this turn here. I lose too much speed braking too early here. That's better. I didn't even brake. And that's what I should have been doing, is not braking at all. I was still late getting on the gas. We're gonna run one more just to way bad on that first turn. Terrible. Lot to make up on now. Uh-oh. I made up a little, but I got like really squirrely in there. I gotta hit that turn. That's the big one. It's just that's the one I'm not getting at all. Push this deep again. A little better coming off there. We'll see what this time is. I'm not quite there yet, as you can see, but we're close. We're really not far behind. So we'll end it with that one. This is good enough to put out there, and I'm going to show you a couple of, we're a second behind him, so I think I can make up a second in tuning alone, and I'll show you where, and we'll make the adjustment on the fly. Let's get over here and take a look at the build and tune on that one. That's a little longer than I'll usually run that, but that's the first time I ran this in Rivals after building it, so it's kind of fun to do it live. You can get a sense of what I'm thinking as I'm driving through this, and how I lap the track and make those minor adjustments in here. And then I can show you how I can make an adjustment or two that will easily trim a half second, if not a full second off, because I'll be able to just hang onto the throttle a little longer in a couple of places and get myself a little bit more speed through there. So let's let this go through. Let's see where we're at. We're in the top 500, but not way in there. So 367. Yeah, not terrible. You know, I had a previous one, different car. I think it was a BRZ or something like that. It was 637 in there from a long time ago, but it's in the ballpark. So, you know, we're in the top 500. A little bit more tuning. We start to run these closer up into the top 100. Like I said, it's not as good as the Subaru, but you can still run it really well. So, oh, I didn't want to hit leaderboards. Well, we could show it. So you can see here, look at those. Look at the Subarus. Even the 04 is getting in there. You'll see the first S2000 right there, 44. So that's a pretty good run right there. He ran that down in the 125s, about a half a second faster than the guy I was driving against. So we're not that far off. It's close. So let's hop on over and take a look at the build and the tune here, and then I'll show you the adjustments that I would make, and I'll also show you a couple of build options to make this. This is going to be pretty specific to the Alps and Prague and those things, but this is the more grippier build of this car. You can do, there is one that you could do that would be more speed oriented, using like Indy GP and some of those. So let me back out of here though. And also, if you really want to see that, go over to Craviator's channel. You know, I did the Craviator mini build. You might go take a look at his. He's got an outstanding, more speed-oriented S2000 out there that's got multiple, you know, top 50s and even higher type times with it. Great build. A little bit different than the build that I put together on mine, but certainly go check that out. It'll give you two different options to be able to do on here. So, all right, let's where are we at here? Let's go here. It's a pretty cool paint job. Let's take a look at. Let's do that first. Let's take a look at our paint job and who that is, so I make sure I give credit where credit is due on that. Let's look at my designs here, and this one here. It's this one. It is Mexico 75, and it's an old one, so been there for a while. Look at how many layers is on there. 1,939 layers. Dude put in some work to make this thing work. So Drift Rockstar Race JDM tuner. All right. So anyway, super cool. I like that thing. Got a lot going on, you can tell, but it's cool. Okay, let's head out of here. Let's take a look at our build and tune. First off, let's go over to the engine conversion area. And we'd have no engine swap, no drivetrain swap, but we do have the aspiration conversion, the centrifugal supercharger. Or centrifugal supercharger. Not you know what I'm talking about. We have the race front bumper and the race rear arrow, both of those in there. I would come over here to the tires. This is a full grip, so we do have the full grip tires. You can look at this. I built it with every one of these. You could come down here and you could build this car with none, right? Comes down to about 4.9 handling. You know, maybe you could build it up one. This full grip though, for this track, it's the best build. If you want the car to be a little faster, start nudging the tires down off of that. So let's take a look here. We have the full upgraded width at 235s in the front, and then we're gonna have almost full, not quite 285s, 1 PI. You could probably get this 1 PI out of the wheels alone, and it might be worth. So this is one of the areas in the build. It may be in your best bet. And let's do this real quick. I want to just show you guys what this will do for you. So we could get one higher and get that full width, which is really nice. And we could see, let's take a look at our wheels. Right now we've got the Graham lights on there. So is there any, okay, so here we go. We do have an option. Only 6 more pounds and we get that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I kind of forgot that I didn't have the full width on there. So you're going to want, I really think you want the full width. It's not going to change, and we'll go back into the tune. It's really not going to change the tune any. It's just going to, see how that back handle is drifting a little bit on those? This should help keep that planted just a little bit better. That all by itself probably won't do it. But anyway, so there's your, let me make sure you guys got that. You got those wheels. These are the Momo 10S wheels. So those, you can find some other ones that keep you at 500 and would be good also. So we have the 19s in the front and I believe we have the same 19s in the rear. You could go all the way up. I don't like the way it looks, and I think this is your best bet anyway. So add those front rear. So that's our wheel setup. We did make a little adjustment there. That's the value of going out and driving it, and then getting that feel for it, and then coming back and double checking your build in some places. This may also change what we do with the driveline. I did check the driveline before, but we're gonna have no transmission, no clutch. Just to give you guys an idea, it does give you another extra 5 PI to get that transmission, and the gearing's already really good, so you don't need it anyway. Now we might be able to get one out of this. Yes, we can get another 2 pounds in there, and so we'll change that up, and then we'll have our race differential. Next up, we've got I'm not going to go into every one of these. We've got race brakes, race springs and dampers, race front roll bar, race rear roll bar. I do have the race roll cage. And it takes PI to put this thing in here, but this is not a particularly stable car if you do this. The roll cage really helps. This is one of those cars that the roll cage really helps keep the car stable and balanced. So you are going to want that roll cage in there. And then I don't have any weight reduction, so there's 2 ways you can build this car. I've seen it built full race weight, makes it, because it's kind of a heavy car, to be honest with you. For as small as it is, it's almost 3,000 pounds. So it's pretty heavy, and it's not going to work as well on some of the other tracks because it's heavy. You can come here, and you can do this. You have to take all your tires, all of your, I'd say all the tires, but you need to take the tire compound all the way down to stock, and then do the weight and change your performance up a little bit. So that's how you make a speed one out of this, by the way. That's competitive on like things like Indy GP and those. So, but for the purposes of this track, the weight does not bother us so much. So we're gonna leave the weight in there, and then head over to the engine parts. And I don't have much in here, I don't believe. We're gonna double check them. Also, I have the street intake. I think that's it. There's no other engine parts we can get in here. We just have the street intake. So we'll do that there. And yep, looks like that's probably all we're going to get out of that. Yep. And the last one that I would have done is that one. So nothing in there. The only thing you get in there is street intake, and that gets us to 500. And we are at 5.8 speed, 5.5 handling, 7.1 acceleration, 6.9 launch, and 6.0 braking. 273 horsepower, 183 foot-pounds of torque, just under 3,000 pounds, perfect 50-50 weight balance, and 2.2 liters of displacement. Here are 0 to 60, 0 to 100 top speed, braking, and lateral G numbers here. And let's hop on over and take a look at the tune. I may have screwed up my this one. Oh no, I kept it all good. So we got that 28 and 28. Can't make any changes there. Ended up at 3.2 and 2.9. I did bump that down a little bit from my normal starting point because the thing, it almost over gripped in some places. It held on too long in turns. So I just dropped that down just a little bit. It has massive turn in and grip. Not I say massive grip, but massive turn in already, and it was just hanging on too long at the end of a turn. So just smoothed it out just a little bit by lowering that down. Negative 3.2, negative 2.9, no toe, and a default caster angle. This is the other place where I would make an adjustment. I would probably drop the rear roll bar down to about 6-ish, because it's still drifting around. Now, that could create some understeer. If it does, you may have to bring the front with it a little bit. I don't know that I would go any less than this on the springs, though. That's pretty soft already, so I'd probably leave that. I'd probably just make a little adjustment down there. Maybe we'll go 6.5 on that. And you got to go test that and make sure it doesn't create some understeer for you. You may have to go back and then just manage it the way it is. And I'll probably go lap it just a little bit more to see what these did. Maybe I'll put in the annotation if I thought it was better, if I thought you should keep it the way I had it before. 10.5, 10.5, 10.10. So that's where I started. I did not adjust these. Turn-in's fine. Everything felt pretty good with that. Did not need any felt like I needed any downforce at all, other than the whatever the minimum you can get out of this. 53%, 53 and 200% here. Your preferences, the brake balance is important. Your preference on that braking force, and ended up at 26 acceleration, 11 deceleration. So that's our build and tune. Give it a run. You might want to play around with this one a little bit. It's kind of a finicky car to tune. It used to be really dominant when it first came out, but as people found other cars and just I think the relative difficulty in tuning this car makes it not quite as popular. You'll see it's a popular car, but you'll see a lot of people sliding and skidding around with this in multiplayer and things like that. This would help hopefully give you guys a nice, stable, more stable build to test out. So anyways, that's all of our race build and tune. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.